Given this picture, we are going to identify the reference angle, theta bar. Well, theta is equal to 300 degrees in this picture. It starts at the positive x-axis, it swings around past 90 degrees, past 180 degrees, past 270 degrees in a counterclockwise direction because it's a positive angle, but it never reaches 360 degrees. It stops short right there. So they haven't told us the exact value. Yeah, they told us it was 300 degrees, so it's short of 360 degrees. Okay, so we're going to find the reference angle theta bar, which we have drawn. It is the angle made with the terminal side of theta, 300 degrees, that terminal side, and the closest x-axis, which in this case is the positive x-axis. It's theta bar as labeled in the sketch. Okay, so the value of theta bar is the entire 360 degrees minus the 300 degrees that we drew, which is 60 degrees. Now, acute means that an angle, when we say an angle is acute, it means the angle is 0 less than theta bar less than 90 degrees. And that implies a positive 60 degrees, okay? So an acute angle has to be between 0 and 90 degrees. And reference angles are acute angles, so of course it's a positive 60 degrees. Okay, one more example. We're given that theta equals negative 135 degrees, and we're asked to find the reference angle theta bar. Okay, so we're going to draw our vertical axis, our horizontal axis, and now we're going to label it in a negative fashion because this is a negative 135. So we're going to, instead of swinging up from the positive x-axis, which is 0 degrees, we're swinging downward and counting. So that's 0 degrees down to negative 90 degrees, to negative 180 degrees, to negative 270 degrees, and then I'll bounce all the way back to the beginning, which would be negative 360 degrees. Now, we're going to draw the negative 135 degrees. It's going to go right through negative 90 degrees, but not as high as negative 180. And we're going in a counterclockwise, clockwise direction, swinging downward because it's a negative angle. So this is our theta equals negative 135 degrees. Now, the reference angle is the angle made with the terminal side of what we just drew and the closest x-axis. It's closest, the terminal side in quadrant 1, 2, 3, it's closest to the negative x-axis. So that's where our reference angle is. It's theta bar. And it's going to be acute, which means it's going to be a positive angle. Let's find the value. Theta bar is equal to, now since we have negative numbers here, we need to use the absolute value to make sure that our angle is answered as a positive angle. Reference angles are always positive. They're always acute between 0 and 90 degrees. They're never negative. So that's equal to the absolute value of negative 180 degrees, if it had swung all the way around, which it didn't, minus the parenthesis negative 135 degrees. That's the absolute value of negative 45 degrees, which is equal to 45 degrees. And of course, it's acute, implying, of course, that it's a positive angle. They're always going to be positive. Reference angles are always positive.